Welcome back to Let's Play Gran Turismo 4 Part 7. And today we're going to be doing the next special condition event at Costa di Amalfi. And there's one car in particular that I was eyeballing earlier. I can't remember if it was in this used lot or... yeah. We're going to be using the Mazda MX-5 Miata for this one. It's kind of like in an off-silver color. But it shows 107 brake horsepower right now. I'm going to do the oil change on it and probably just do like a tad of upgrades to it because I can use it for other events that do have faster cars in them. So, blah, blah, blah. Enough rambling. Oil change in this bad boy. And then we'll go upgrade this thing just a tad. So now we're going to go over to Mazda, which... okay, these are the shortcut buttons. Just fiddling around with the wheel, trying to figure out what button does what. Mazda Speed Tune Shop. Now, how much horsepower do I have right now? 120 after the oil change. I also want to test out, because I know the exhaust does change the sound of the car in this game, as it should. But I think like the different types of exhaust make the car sound a bit different each time, so I'm probably going to test it out later in the LP on some cars, and also fiddle around with like what actually affects A-spec points and what doesn't. So, can't afford the close ratio transmission, which is what I was gonna go for. Turbo might be a bit much, but it is a good option. I think you could throw a supercharger on this thing as well. I didn't notice it while I was there. Yes, you can. 12.5 for it. I probably would go that route, but too expensive. I feel like a turbo's gonna be too much. But hey, turbo Miata, fuck it. Let's go for it. Can't throw an intercooler on it, sadly. So, let's see how this goes. Pretty sure I'm going against a Lancia Delta or a Lancia Lancia, wherever floats your boat. But yeah, next event at Costa di Amalfi. Fucking got it right this time, goddammit. So let's go. Alright, well, first attempt was a complete failure. Mainly my fault for not passing early enough and for losing control of the car at a specific spot of the track, so I'm doing this all again. Woo. 5 minutes of talking. Pretty much being cut out. So yeah. See how I do this time. The AI loves to get really wide on this track. I'm not particularly good at it. But shouldn't be too hard as long as I just get around him. Because if I barely touch him, I get the 5-second penalty and I lose all the time that I gained. So that's just like the main problem with it. Might make a move here. No, I'm not. Well, god damn it. Yeah, this guy drives all over the road and it's kind of... I just realized he doesn't have a mirror on the right side. I never noticed that on the Renault 5. I don't know why that is either. Why is he going way inside? I have no idea. Okay, I'm gonna start losing control in this section again because I always do for some reason. The elevation change is weird in this section. Yep, losing it again and losing it again, as always. God damn it, hit the fucking wall. And no, I'm not riding this wall because... yeah. If I'm going to pass him anywhere on the track, it's going to be right here. Wall. God fucking damn it. Oh, can I still get around him? Wall. That's not a wall, that's a car. What the fuck am I saying? Also, I realize the car looks like the paint color is absolutely dreadful on an actual track instead of in the showroom. Can I... Okay, looks like I've successfully passed him. Now I just gotta stay in front. But the AI kind of like don't acknowledge your existence at all, and they'll ram you. They won't make room for you wherever you pass them on the inside or anything. And he just kissed the wall back there like he did in the last race. Or previous episode. Now I just gotta maintain my lead and not fuck up. Okay, braked a little too late right there. But wow, he actually took that corner. Probably not good, probably a little too slow, but... At least the AI don't rubber band in this game, like in GT3. Or 2. I think they rubber banded in 2 as well, I'm not sure. Actually, I think that was only if they went to the pits in a short race or something. Seems like I'm maintaining a steady lead so far. I'm glad I threw this turbo kit on, because without it, I wouldn't stand a chance against it. And the handling on this Miata is awesome too. It's kind of why I went with it. Really technical courses for these special condition events. Getting loose again right there. Trying to stay off the outside wall because I don't want to right it. And I can take this section flat out, and because I'm not behind him, I don't have to slow down for him either. Only thing is I just want to slow down preemptively so I don't spin out whenever I get to the bottom right there. So in some cases, like for that section, for example, it actually, like doing it in the license test actually, oh shit, fuck. Besides that part at least, it actually taught me a little bit about like how to go around this track. Once again, the 1 second penalty thing is staying on the screen, so I have to do that. Really fucking annoying. And it looks like I have this one in the bag. As long as I stay off the outside, which I did. Alright. So now we just gotta do this all over again, except going the other way. Which is probably going to be even more difficult because I don't have the same passing zone this time around. Get my 5,000 credits, and we shall move on to the next race. Alright, so there's the Lancia or Lancia Delta that I was talking about earlier in this video. 101 points this time. Oof. Just by that alone, it's going to be more challenging. But hey, I could test out my 100+ point A-spec per race thing. If it takes a couple attempts, it takes a couple attempts. And he's probably about 2.5 seconds in front of me at this point. Oh, that's way too late on the brakes. Fuck. But I got around him, even though it was scummy. He's still stuck. I don't know if I should count this. I just took that guy out of the race. I'm just not gonna count that because that was just bad. So once again, another failure. Even though I could have won that race, I did punt him into the wall and basically took him out of the race. So I'm gonna switch back to my 240SX, just because that Lancia is a lot faster than the Renault 5 I was facing. So yeah, let's see if it changes the A-spec points a lot. And it's the Renault 5 Turbo again. God damn it. I could have beat this guy with a 240, but whatever. I'm done changing cars and retrying this. The whole random opponents thing is kind of going to make it difficult to get some challenging races. Because you'll have one that's too dumb, like this one, and one that's too fast, like the Lancia. He's gonna ram me. Okay, it sounded like he was going to. Well, he kind of is. Also, the AI don't get penalties, unlike you. So that's cool. Almost made a pass on me there. Even though it's only 10 A-spec points, it should be pretty challenging still, because I think he has a handling advantage on me now. Also, I just realized this car is turbo stock. Maybe the Japanese 240s are like that, but I'm pretty sure 240s don't come turbocharged. So that's kind of strange. Anyway, already gaining some ground on the Renault 5. It's probably going to continue, especially if he keeps driving the way he does. Oh, well. And this is a section where I lose control, at least going the other way. Let's see if it happens this time. It kissed the wall on the inside right there. Alright, that section wasn't actually too bad. This section, I got loose on the Miata a few times. Yep, looks like I got this one in the bag. This 240 is pretty quick for it being stock. Not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna try to get some of the one-make races out of the way pretty early. I kind of want to do everything in order. Like, or at least some sort of order. But the problem is, I don't want to get a bunch of races of one type out of the way, like right off the bat, and then be stuck with a ton of one-make races until I get to some other types of events. So I might just mix and match them as I go. But I do want to get this one in particular done earlier, so that whenever I do need a money grind, this event's available for me. Since I've already done it, I can keep doing it over and over and over again, and I don't have to film it or anything. And yeah, that's a lot of wheel spin coming out. Gaining even more time on it. Beep, 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 beep. Gonna try to take this section flat out again, taking out a few cones on the way. A lot of these tracks are... I'm not really as good at them, like going in the opposite direction. But hey, it's whatever. I'm gonna see if I could get a... Okay, Durham. I was literally about to say I'm gonna see if I could get a 236 on this lap, but that's clearly not happening anymore. 226, I mean, not 36. The fuck? Yeah, I might get 236. Oh, shit. That should have penalized me, but it didn't. So, essentially, if you hit the wall hard enough to fail you in a license, you'll get a penalty for it instead. And the same thing like with like your opponent. It's basically the pace car. If you hit it as hard as you would hit the pace car enough to fail you. What kind of fucking English was that? But yeah, you get the point. Kind of sucking ass in this second section of the track, not gonna lie. Lots of skidding coming out of that corner. That car is completely out of sight for me now, so... This was, indeed, yet another cakewalk. Probably gonna buy another used car. Nah, I'm just gonna stick with the Miata, actually. I think there's only one more tarmac race that I could use the Miata in, which is on George v. Paris, but yeah. Across the line, 10 A-spec points. And the Renault 5 is way behind, just like in the last event. 8 seconds. 9 seconds, actually. So, we're gonna collect our next 5,000 credits and get our price car, which is the whole main reason why I wanted to start off with this event early in the LP, for money grinding's sake. And a price car. It's this thing. Almost everyone is familiar with this car if they've played this game. Everybody knows about this money grinding event in particular. But yeah, this thing sells for 285k or somewhere around that. So it's pretty damn good, and you can win it over and over and over again. It's not a one-time prize car thing. Unlike some things like the driving missions and the licenses, you can only get them one time. But yeah, Toyota RSC Rally Raid car. I might actually use it in a few medium difficulty special condition events, but yeah, it's 265 grand to sell it actually. Plus the 10 grand for the 2 events, so 275k each time you do that. So yeah, pretty goddamn good. So what next on the agenda? Pretty sure it's Grand Canyon. Yes, it is. Which require dirt tires, which you actually can't afford dirt tires at this moment. So I think I'm gonna get started on these events because I have that money grinding one, and I can money grind wherever I fucking need to. And yeah, next episode we're gonna do the Sunday Cup. I'm not gonna use the Volkswagen Lupo that I have because everybody uses that for the Sunday Cup because it's like a free first car and everything. So looks like I'm gonna go use car shopping again in the next episode. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching this shit video.